Today, we're going to crack open something really special, a lost manuscript called The Frost Road. Now, on the surface, it's this incredible story of survival in the frozen Yukon. But here's the really cool part. When you look closer, it perfectly maps onto one of the oldest storytelling frameworks we have, the hero's journey. It's a blueprint for transformation. So let's dissect this amazing survival story together and see how it fits into that timeless narrative.
Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to follow our guy, Thomas Merritt, through 6 absolutely critical stages of his journey. And as we go, we're going to see him transform from just another desperate prospector into, well, into something else entirely, as he steps right off the map and into the wild. You know, every hero's journey has to start somewhere, in an ordinary world. And for Merritt, ordinary is just brutal. We're talking 1910 Yukon. His gold claim is completely played out, the winter cold is just absolute, and to top it all off, his partner of 7 years just died. He is completely, utterly alone. And this line, right here from the manuscript, this is it. This is his call to adventure, and it's the key to his whole mindset, really. See, this isn't a choice he's making out of hope or some grand ambition. No, he's making it because every other option, staying put, giving up, is already a dead end. Going forward is the only direction left. And you have to understand the reality he's facing. This isn't a choice between living and dying. It's a choice between 2 different ways of dying. Staying means a slow, guaranteed fade into nothing. Going north, well, that's a probable death for sure, but it holds just the tiniest sliver of a chance.
So yeah, this is a textbook example of that first stage in the hero's framework. Merritt's entire world is defined by endings. The end of the gold rush, the end of his partnership, the end of his dream. It's this bleakness that strips him down to nothing, and in a way, makes him ready for what's waiting for him out there.
And just like that, he crosses the threshold. He walks away from his cabin, which is his last tiny connection to civilization, and he steps into a world that isn't governed by men or laws. Out here, the only rules are the primal, unforgiving rules of survival. Think about that. 95 pounds. That's his entire world on his back. The manuscript says he weighed every single item against just one question. Will I die without this? If the answer wasn't a hard yes, it got left behind. This isn't a pack for comfort. It's a pack with only the bare essentials for staying alive.
And only 3 days in, the wild really shows its teeth. The temperature plummets to 56 degrees below zero. I mean, can you even imagine? This isn't just chilly. The text describes it as a literal physical force, an enemy that you can feel pushing through your clothes, trying to freeze you solid.
Just look at this breakdown. Look how fast things fall apart. In just 72 hours, he goes from making decent time on a packed trail to this desperate, agonizing crawl where every single mile is a fight against being frozen to death. He's crossed the threshold, all right, and the game has completely changed.
All right, so now things start to get weird. This is the phase of the journey where we meet the classic characters. He finds a mentor who gives him a critical warning, and he starts to get the first real signs that he's not alone out here, that he has a powerful, unseen enemy watching him. This mentor figure is an old native man, the last of his tribe living in the valley, and he gives Merritt this absolutely bone-chilling piece of advice. Of course, it's exactly the kind of warning that the hero, who's got a bad case of gold fever, is almost destined to ignore, right? And this isn't just some old story the man is spinning. No way. Almost immediately, Merritt starts getting proof. A sound in the woods at night, that prickling feeling on the back of your neck like you're being watched, and then the tracks. The description is so specific and creepy. Large, humanoid, but not bear, not wolf. Okay, so this is it, the main event. This is the heart of the story, the central ordeal. It's where the hero has to confront his greatest fear, or in this case, the valley's guardian. He comes face to face with whatever's been leaving those tracks, and he claims his prize. The way the manuscript reveals it, wow. It's just 3 stark words. It says the creature emerges from the willows, and it is simply and terrifyingly 8 feet tall. I mean, this is a being from myth, suddenly made very, very real. And look at these details. They're so specific, it's chilling. This isn't just some vague monster. We're talking about intelligent eyes, crazy long arms, a physical presence that you just can't easily categorize. The manuscript makes it very clear. It's not an animal, but it's not human either. So here's the thing you gotta understand about his reward.
It's not just one thing. Yeah, he gets the gold he was looking for, the literal gold from the creek, but he also gets something much more profound. He gets to survive, and he walks away with the incredible, world-shattering knowledge of what's really living in that valley.
And this is the question that just hangs over the entire story, right? This creature is big enough and strong enough to tear him apart in a second. But it doesn't. It just watches him. It forces you to ask, what are its motives? How intelligent is it? What does it want? So he got the gold. Story's over, right? Not even close. Getting the reward is one thing, but getting it home is a whole different ordeal. The road back is absolutely harrowing, and it's going to demand a deep physical sacrifice for him to be, in a way, reborn. I mean, just look at these numbers. They're brutal. He's more than 170 miles from his cabin. He has zero food left. His body is already shutting down from starvation and frostbite. Honestly, survival seems impossible. So, how does he do it? He pays a price in his own flesh. In this incredibly powerful, visceral moment, he amputates his own frostbitten toes. It's a literal shedding of a dead part of himself to make sure the rest of him can survive. He has to leave a piece of himself behind to be reborn. He actually makes it. He gets back. But the elixir, that knowledge of where the gold is, it's not a blessing. It's not something that's going to heal his world. In this story, that knowledge is a curse that brings the absolute worst of civilization crashing down on the wild. And man, his secret unravels fast. Just look at this. On his return, the place that was a completely silent, empty valley is suddenly a gold rush camp. This flood of men and their ambition is a direct challenge to the valley's silent guardian. Remember what that old man told him at the beginning? Well, it wasn't just a warning anymore. It feels like a prophecy, and it's coming true. The arrival of more men, more machines, more greed. It's like a clock has started ticking down to a violent, unavoidable showdown. And that's it. That is where the manuscript just stops. It cuts off, leaving us with this massive, provocative question. A civilization rushes in. Is the biggest danger that 8-foot-tall creature in the woods? Or is it the relentless, consuming greed that men bring with them? In a place like the Frost Road, who is the real monster?